Today we are talking all things Dermalux and we have the incredible Denise.
Hi everyone.
Here. Let's dive right in. Can you tell me why Dermalux LED?
Absolutely.
It's such a loaded question because there's so much to be said for Dermalux.
I think Dermalux LED, first of all, is it's kind of the leader, the global leader in LED technology.
Yeah.
They are multi-award winning at this stage, and they have more medical more medical certificates to treat more conditions than any other LED device globally.
Which I love because you just feel so safe with that.
Yeah, and I think it says a lot about their quality, their accuracy, and their clinical results. I think really shine through. For me as a therapist and also as a consumer and regular user of LED, and for all of you, those our audience that are always listening to me and sick of listening to me harping on about my eczema and my dermatitis, I think for me, LED is like a lifestyle for me. It's kind of, for me, it's
regular
like,
LED.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like going to Pilates twice a week, or it's like going to the gym twice a week for me. I truly believe that it is one of the most underestimated devices in our industry. Yeah. I have seen it literally change lives.
The before and afters are absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and I think the unique capacity of Dermalux being able to combine all three wavelengths on the skin is where it really is unique. And the fact that we're able to do that means that we can target multiple client concerns in just one session. And what you can see a Dermalux difference with our LED. Like you can see straight away if you've got a young teenager coming with inflamed acne and you put them under a Dermalux, and straight away the comments are, oh my God, the pain's gone down.
Because that's what I was going to say. It's not just skin concerns, it's mood
skin
boosting, it's pain relief, and it's wound healing. It speeds it up.
It's really there's a reason why we call it the happy light.
Yes.
Because studies show that it not just improves serotonin, which is our happy hormone, it also actually helps to improve circadian rhythm.
So you're getting better sleep.
Yeah, you sleep better. It has mood enhancing benefits, especially the blue light. Yeah. So there's lots of wellness that comes with it. So you've got mood enhancing effects, you've got improving in circadian rhythm, serotonin, and then on top of that, you've got, it's a really good pain management, and it's not utilized enough, I think, for pain.
Yeah, in that situation.
I'll give you a true story. My husband is a contractor, so he's always kind of mucking about and getting down and dirty, and he's always injuring himself as well. He's had an ACL tear, a hamstring repair, and
so
then
quite
lately big ones, yep. And lately he had an acute bursitis in his elbow, which is extremely painful for any of you that are out there. And there's very little they can do for that. Yep. And he literally, like, he talks to all the boys at the construction site about Dermalux LED. He had one. He couldn't even make a fist. He had so much inflammation in his arm. And he was in so much pain. He'd gone to the hospital so many times. They were like, we can't do anything, mate. We've done the scan. This is what it is. Here's some endone. And he's like, I'm not taking painkillers because, you know, they really only mask the problem. So we put him under the Dermalux for just one session. There is a pain setting on our Dermalux devices.
Oh, I didn't realize there was an actual setting. That's amazing.
Yeah, pain setting. And it actually emits 192 joule output in one 20-minute session. There's no other device on the planet that can do that. And that's why instantly people are going, the pain is gone. So after having one treatment, my husband was able to make a fist again. He couldn't even pick something up with his hand. He was in that much pain. So think pain, think well-being, and the other side of it is its incredible healing abilities. Yeah. It is the best non-invasive treatment in our industry for healing skin. Their studies show that clients that have regular LED, so we'll say maybe 1 or 2 a week, their skin cells regenerate 200% faster than clients that do not have regular LED. So that's literally, amazing. I see this as a device that helps you grow new skin faster, but that new skin that's coming through is healthier, younger, more resilient, stronger. And each wavelength obviously has its own key benefits and stimulates different processes within the skin. But ultimately, Dermalux can treat all skin problems for both the face and the body.
It's amazing. And Dermalux can also be used on so many different parts because of its flexibility, and so that kind of makes it a lot easier for a therapist, right, as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think because we've got such a great medical device that it can be used as a corrective on its own. Whereas I think in our industry, Laura, LED has been kind of undervalued a little bit because the quality of LEDs out there has been lacking, and there's a lot out there in the market. And not all LEDs are created equal. So often people will have an LED and it's sold as an enhancement, like an add-on to a facial. And it's not really sold as a corrective treatment, but that's where Dermalux really shines through. So as a standalone, just having 20 minutes under the light can completely correct someone's acne. Think dermatitis, eczema, think psoriasis, think pain, wound healing. We've healed diabetic ulcers with Dermalux. We've been able to treat ACL tears. We've been able to treat oncology patients that have cancer red face, to heal them. The capacity and capabilities of this machine continue to absolutely blow my mind. And then also just a top on top of that, we've got a PDT setting, and we use that photodynamic therapy to treat things like your actinic keratosis, your basal cell carcinoma, and so on. So it really is one of them devices that if you don't have it, you need one. And if you haven't had an LED treatment, you need to get one. As it is something that I feel is the best thing you'll ever do to improve the health of your skin.
I know something that just really stands out for me with LED is that literally you essentially can amplify and enhance any treatment that you're doing with LED as an addition. But like you say, on top of that, it stands alone with so many of these clinically proven benefits. So it's a no-brainer. It's like if you don't have Dermalux LED, like what are you doing?
Absolutely. I always said that if you're new in the industry or you've been in the industry a little while and you're buying your first device, and what should be that first technology you take on it? It should, by hands down, my advice would always be LED.
I remember you saying it has the fastest impact, result
in the skin.
Well, on your business and on your clients.
I think as well, because it will suit 99% of clients that walk through the door. But it also helps to prep the skin and get it ready for more invasive procedures. So
that's a great point.
Even if you love your needling, kind of the results when you prep a skin with LED before you needle the skin is just tenfold in the difference. Before doing LED with a peel, doing LED with a micro, doing LED with laser, with IPL, with injectables, the difference in the results is really outstanding. And that's why I think it's a game changer in our industry.
Absolutely.
It's really impressive. And then to help maintain results. So it's kind of a really cost-effective way for both the salons, because it costs them nothing to run an LED device. It costs the same as switching on the light above our heads here.
I love the idea that it also doesn't need that labor.
They're robust, they last a long time. But from a client's perspective, that may be younger clients that don't have the money to spend on expensive laser treatments, LED is one of the best ways to get their skin healthy and strong. And I'm a huge fan, can you tell?
So am I. I wanted to touch on, though, there is people out there that sort of go, oh, well, competitors might have a more powerful wavelength, and it's just such an interesting thing to be like, it's actually not just about the power, because there's a certain point where that becomes either more damaging, too much heat, and it's not precise, and it doesn't have the performance then. So I wanted to talk through that for those people who might be sitting there wondering, because it's actually not just about that, and it's so important to look at the three of them.
So power alone does not determine a good result with LED, which I know people are like, what do you mean? And of course you need power, but you also need a very accurate wavelength. And there are only 3 wavelengths currently that we have clinical data on that are proven to be beneficial. So for example, we use blue light at 415 nanometers. So you'll see other devices that might be 410 or 420, but then it's also how long can they, be powerful at that wavelength, consistent for the duration of the treatment time is really key, and what makes a really good LED.
Are they stable to actually target what you're trying to do? Or
what we see in the market when we test devices, the majority of them have a variance of between 20 and 30%. So it means that nanometer, that wavelength is unstable. It's not hitting its target. And so, the target needs to absorb enough of that photon energy for us to see any chemical or physical change in the skin. And that's why it can also take a course of treatments to really see the true benefits. So I would say there's many things that make a good LED device.
And it's not just power, and to have that precision and
good
accuracy.
Diodes. And Dermalux are one of the only companies that actually custom build their own diodes to treat skin. So they're very bespoke to treat skin.
If that hasn't just completely sold you on Dermalux LED, I don't know what would, because it is just one of those treatments and technologies that you just must have in your salon and you must have as a client. So I know what I'm doing.
One last tip, because these are some of my favorite products that you know, when everybody loves a good hydrating, plumping facial, it's like the cornerstone of everything we do in the industry. It's like, what are you booking in for? I just want a signature facial that's going to hydrate and plump me and relaxation. And we've got some products here from my new favorite mask is got to be the moisture infusion mask from our hydropeptide line.
Yep.
And they brought out this mask to complement LED. So what's really special about this is that it's got antioxidants, it's anti-inflammatory, it is super hydrating. And the volume and plumpness in the skin after this is really impressive. But you put this on the skin in a facial after the exfoliation or the massage, and then you put your Dermalux on top for 10
to layer it.
10 minutes at least, maybe 20 if you want it really good. And what the near-infrared and red, I would stick on the Rejuve setting, because our near-infrared actually improves cell permeability. So when you've got these beautiful ingredients being pushed into the skin using the Dermalux, our skin cells utilize them better.
Yep.
So we actually get better results,
absorbing them deeper
with
and
the
better
LED
results.
on top of this mask. So I'm a huge fan of this. It's beautiful. And Biotherapeutics, which is another brand of ours that we love from Seattle, they have what they call their HD system mask. They've got LED eye masks that you can upgrade your treatment, enhance them. Yeah, they're really gorgeous. I won't open them, but there's eye masks. They've got a face mask and a neck mask for LED too.
So you
really
can cover all and get under the LED, and it's just
a really luxury light facial treatment. Because light facial can be luxury and a beautiful experience as well as corrective.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks, Denise.
That's
We'll
all
see you
right.
next week.